Who's number one now?
HDMI 2. Thank you so much for the 29 months on tier 3. Thank you very, very much. I hope you're doing great today. Thank you. Also, let me give out the points for the baby before I forget. There you go. Okay. Oh my god. I forgot I forgot about this fucking thing. Okay. Well, I want to turn that off. I don't really care about this thing. Cool. Okay. So, Mel gave me a list of stuff to do. Okay, hang on. Eric, thank you for the streak. Stegsy, you as well. Okay, so I'm pretty much at the point now where I can go beat the game. Like the main story. I'm almost positive. But I don't wanna. I am not emotionally ready to be done with this story just yet. I'm not opposed to doing it tonight, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm worried that like my drive to play even more of this will like diminish after I've beaten the game. So I want to like do everything that I can before that. No, I've not been spoiled, thankfully, and I'd like to keep it that way. But I don't know if I'm gonna be as interested in doing a lot of like side quests after I've beaten the game. I don't know. That's what it was with Breath of the Wild, and then I didn't play Breath of the Wild again for like an entire year. And I don't know, I like playing this game every few weeks, but I think I should probably try to finish it. However, so Bagbot, thank you so much for the 4 months. Thank you, thank you. I will say I was like that. I beat Tears of the Kingdom and thought I would 100% it, but I haven't. Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, I'm not in any rush to beat it, clearly. The game came out almost a year ago, and I still haven't beaten the main story. But, like, it's not like I'm still at the beginning. Like, I've done pretty much everything over the last couple of months, and I just have, like, the last thing to do. But I don't know, like, I want to get more gear and stuff, because, like, I want to, you know, I don't want to just be like, I've done everything, so now I'm just like checking off checklists and not like using the gear that I find and stuff. And like, I don't know, I really like the idea of exploring things fully before like tying the knot and like being done with the game for a while, you know? That's just kind of where I'm at. I'm in a weird place. I like don't want it to end, but I also like really want to find out how the story ends. Other Ruffles, thank you so much for the 52 months. Thank you, thank you. Need to finish the game too, but same, no rush. Yeah, like, I don't know. I beat Breath of the Wild in a week. I beat the main story of Breath of the Wild in like a week to 10 days when that game came out. And I loved it. It was the best game I had ever played. And then I didn't play it really ever again for an entire like year and a half. And then I got really into it again. And I don't know. This is like, it's like I get to experience Breath of the Wild again for the first time because it's a new game. So I want to take it as slow as possible and want to make it last, but I also want to like, I want to finish it. But we'll see. At the very least, I want to go get whatever this is. So let's just start with that. It's not that far away from me. Mel sent me a list, so there's mazes I can do, which I think I've only done one. I did the one for this Mineru quest, I believe. The undiscovered map still. I know. Well, now I have... I'm going to go back to that part of the map. I'm going to explore the desert more. Because that's the only one I still have to do. And then there's a quest to finish that starts near the Gerudo Desert. So I'll probably do that next. Right after I find this item. I still haven't been to Eventide Island in Tears of the Kingdom yet. And I think I've done Lurelin Village. Is that the pirate ship? Because I've done that. Maybe I haven't done everything I needed to do there. Ah! Try me, bitch. Ooh. That's all it took? Holy shit. No fucking way. They die instantly from those flashbang fruit? That's wild. I guess it's only if they're the skeletal ones. You learn something new every fucking day in this game. That's so fierce. I have maximum stamina now. So I'm gonna start investing in my second level of hearts. I think I have... How many orbs do I have? I have 7. I'd like to get an 8th one. Okay. Where is my gloom armor? And do I have the pants too? Yeah. My gloom pants. Alright. And let me also put on... this. Just to get a little light. And, okay. Oh, I have no arrows. Okay, wonderful. That's fine. Do I have anything that makes me glow? I do. That's great. Hello. Whatever. Eyeball. Eyeball. Oh. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. Let's see. Let's go up. Let's make Rivali's Gale ourselves. I kind of miss it, but at the same time, I think it's really great that Rivali's Gale is not back because it really gets you to focus more on like building stuff. I think it was very useful for Breath of the Wild. I would not want to play Breath of the Wild without it. But I think for this game, there's so many different, like, making vehicles and contraptions. I think if Rivali's Gale was in the game, it would have completely negated the even reason to do any of that. Exactly, it forces you to be more creative. I really like it. Does it go all the way up? Yeah. Okay. So maybe I have to... It looks like there's like a cave system here. Let me try to approach it from this side. Maybe that'll be good. I keep forgetting that Pokemon Day is fast approaching. Just about a month away. And I've already started seeing people post 4chan comments allegedly leaking what's going to be announced. I'm not buying any of it. I'll buy whatever Riddler Pooh says, which I have not been keeping up with what he's been saying lately, but I have a feeling it'll be a pretty good one. I think that we will be happy with what they announce. Personally. That's just the vibe I'm going into things. It's really hard to be worse than Scarlet Violet. I truly think that Scarlet and Violet are like our rock bottom to me. If it ain't a Pyoro leak, I don't believe it. Celebrate Pokemon Day by continuing to shit on Pal World. I think it's so funny how Pokemon fans feel the need to, like, defend Pokemon. Like, Pokemon does not really even need that, nor do I think they care. At first, I was just like... The Pal World stuff, I was, like, a little over it, but the more we've learned about their opinions of AI... the more I've been like, yeah, they can go fuck themselves. At first, I was just like, it's shameless and embarrassing, but at the same time, like, I kind of live for the drama. But it's really devolved into, wow, I don't really feel comfortable supporting this. Dallas is interested in trying it. But I told him to just log into my Steam, so that way he's not buying it. Because at this point, I don't think anyone should be purchasing that game. But I'm kind of gagged that Pokemon Company did respond to everything about it. I should not be fighting this. I have no arrows. I feel like Nintendo/Pokemon Company getting defensive and saying something is them acknowledging their own shortcomings. I don't know if I would go that far. I did not think Nintendo should have responded. Because I really do feel that Pal World, its staying power is fleeting. Like, when you take away, like, ignoring the AI stuff, ignoring the stolen designs, the gameplay loop, at least to me, is relatively shallow. And from what I've read, I've never played Ark Survival. It doesn't really feel like it's really doing anything very unique with the genre. So it really is a matter of once the gag of, like, oh my god, this fucking Pikachu knockoff is holding a gun. You can, like, shoot them with guns. Like, exactly, they Streisand themselves. Like, I really do think it would have gone away. But now Nintendo has shown that not only did I know about it, it seems that they're taking legal action or preparing to, and that will only make people more intrigued by its salaciousness, B, draw attention to it for the people who had not heard of it before, and C, it's gonna make people, like, want to say fuck you to Nintendo by buying it. So I don't think it's really, to me, I don't know if it was the right decision. However, Pal World has sold 8 million units already. That is almost as much as, like, Ultra Sun and Moon has sold in its entirety. Like, that's a lot of fucking money. So now that I've heard the sales statistic, and I don't think it's gonna slow down because Nintendo did respond, I can see why they're like, okay, this can't continue. I feel like it's a lose-lose situation for them. Do I necessarily feel bad for a big corporation? Not necessarily, no. I'm not really rooting for either side because I don't have any personal stakes in the situation. But it is interesting to watch pan out. And I think Nintendo wants to make sure that this doesn't set a precedent for the future. I think that's really what they're thinking of. They're like, Pal World, fighting it is kind of a lost cause. It's going to make as much money as it will until it maybe has to be taken down if they lose a court case. But I think they're setting a precedent for future games to try to also steal Pokemon pretty egregiously and try to make money off of it. Because I would, like, I'm sure every one of that, you know, Activision, all those big game studios that have less than stellar track records in morality department have been having meeting after meeting these last couple weeks saying we need to come up with our own Pal World. I have, like, really nothing I can do against these guys besides, like, shoot them in the brain that they don't have anymore. There we go. Also, to answer your question, no, I do not plan on playing Pal World anymore. I played it the first day it came out when it was controversial, but we were still not very clear, at least from my research, where the developers stood on AI, generative AI. And now that we do, I personally just don't feel comfortable platforming that game anymore. My mindset originally was, well, I don't necessarily think people should be supporting this game, but people are going to be interested in it, so I might as well show it. That way they don't have to support it by giving them money, but they can still see what it's about. And now I kind of don't feel like that is even necessary anymore. Everyone already knows about it, and there's a lot of content about it, so I don't necessarily feel like I need to contribute to that anymore. And I also don't want really to be associating with it either. So I think it's interesting. It's on Game Pass, which means Microsoft is involved in some way and profiting, and that's not really been talked about. That is interesting. That is very interesting because Nintendo has a relatively positive relationship with Microsoft these last couple years. Can you potentially play Pal World on Game Pass on the Switch? Because I think that is probably why they got involved. I think once it started to be on a Nintendo system, could be easily confused by casual parents that this is the Pokemon brand and could potentially harm their brand. I think that is absolutely, like, I think that, you know, as a as a person with only a high school education, that's grounds for legal action. Can you play Game Pass on the Switch? I'm pretty sure you can. At least certain games. I'm almost positive that you can. Is that a new emote, Hannah? No, it's not. I didn't think so. so cute. I don't think you can. A quick Google says no. Okay. For some reason, I thought you could. Because I feel like maybe I was just seeing rumors that they were trying to make it work. Because I know that Nintendo and Microsoft do have a pretty decent relationship at the moment. Jimmy, there is no Game Pass on Switch. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. I don't know what led me to believe that it was. But now I know. There was talk about it, though. So that must have been what I was thinking of then. And I just assumed that it happened. Because I don't have Game Pass. Although, I'm pretty sure I had like a trial for it. Because I have Discord Nitro, but I've never used it. Because there's nothing really on there that I've been like that interested in checking out. I do worry Nintendo's gonna retroactively sue over Genshin Impact now, because like it's as bad as Palworld. As someone who's actually played Genshin, no, it's not. Genshin is really, outside of being an open world game with swords, there's really like no comparison. That's a little bit like, tell me your only open world experience is Breath of the Wild without telling me your only open world experience is Breath of the Wild. Like, yes, it is cel shaded. Yes, it came out like right after Breath of the Wild, but no, they are not remotely similar. Zelda does not own gliders, exactly. Like, it's not. There's no grounds. There is absolutely no grounds for Nintendo to sue over Genshin Impact. Genshin came out 3 years after Breath of the Wild. Are you serious? For some reason, it literally felt like the same year. Time is really so fucked up. People were comparing it in early 2020 on like on day one, and then people realized it wasn't the same. Yeah, they are very different games. There's zero grounds for that. I think that's a little silly. Not to keep like hammering it in. I'm not trying to make you feel stupid for saying that, but I could not agree less. If anything, it is the perfect amount of inspiration while making their own thing. Yeah. There is no little queer in Breath of the Wild. And that's where Genshin wins the argument. But yeah, saying Genshin is as bad as Palworld, no. No way. Also, very crazy to fuck with Nintendo of all companies. As like, they are so notorious for shutting down fan games that don't make any money. But like, Palworld fully knew this going into it. Palworld would not have any media buzz if it didn't have all the controversy that it does. It just wouldn't. I firmly believe that they knew going in that they were going to have this exact timeline of events play out, and it's exactly what they want, you know? Because it's been nothing but people talking about it and driving interest in their game for the last, like, maybe over 2 weeks now, just over 2 weeks. And I think that This is such an insane thing to say, but it's very similar, like, to how the alt-right hijacks Pride Month every year by starting fake discourse that gullible young queer people who feel the need to vocalize their opinions on everything fall for the bait, and then we're having conversations about, like, is drag okay to be around children when they can then sweep, like, a ton of legislation under the bus. Like, it's the same kind of fucking thing. Like, Palworld was like, oh, we know Pokemon fans will be fighting with people all the time on Twitter about if this game is ethical or not, is this game stealing or not. Like, let's lean into that. Let's encourage that conversation. People on Twitter love saying, love saying shit. And this will absolutely be free press for our game, and it fucking worked. And if people were not so easily fucking manipulated, we wouldn't have this problem. But everyone is a little bit of a narcissist and likes to hear their own thoughts. I literally stream on Twitch every day and talk about my, like, I'm not free from this generalization. It's just humanity at this point in the age of social media. But it's very fascinating to watch it be weaponized or monetized, you know? It didn't take long for data miners to figure out Palworld's monsters are literally extracted Scarlet Violet model screams. Do you have a source on that? I've seen side-by-sides of the models, but there's a lot of shit about Palworld that people are using, you know, people are monetizing this game themselves by creating threads and on Twitter and YouTube and stuff. So there's a lot of misinformation going on about that game. So I'm going to not say that they are literally stealing code, ripping data from Scarlet Violet and putting it in their own game. However, it is very clear, just look at the fucking Luxray one, that it is blatant plagiarism. I think there's no denying that. I will say, there are certain designs where I'm like, Pokemon fans, go to the zoo challenge. Like, please Google animals. Like, that penguin that Palworld made, outside of being blue and a penguin, it is not a Piplup ripoff. Like, I get that you want to have 70 tweets in your thread to get the most fucking engagement from Twitter Blue, but, like, I think that there is a line, because at a certain point, it just becomes annoying. Like, there's absolutely several of them I encountered in my own time playing Palworld. That one that literally is Meganium's face on Goodra's body. It is blatant. The one that is Cinderace is blatant. But, like, just because there's a yellow character with black electric bolts on his face does not immediately make it Electabuzz. They are completely different in the face, very different silhouettes. Like, I don't think that's very fair, personally. People say the green monkey, just because it's a green monkey doesn't mean it's Pansage or Grookey. Like, if anything, it looks like a Neopet more than a Pokemon. Like, I just feel like people are really like, how can I just fucking say anything? Because it'll get tweets, it'll get retweets. Like, people are absolutely clout chasing with this game at every turn. So I'm just kind of fucking tired of hearing people, even ones that I agree with. Like, I just am so like, guys, can we please just like reel it in for 5 minutes? Okay. Let's see. Do I have any food? Yeah, I have the portable pots. And do I have any Sundelions? I don't. Ugh, I'm so close. There's probably like something. What's on the overworld? Krennel Peak. Oh my god, like Mount Krennel from Minish Cap. I wonder if maybe there's like a wishing well up here. I'm gonna go here on the surface. I might as well cook while I open these too. Really? Bitch, where? Where are the enemies? The music is done. Dark teal. Ooh, perfect choice. Oh my god. All right. I'll do some mighty stuff. All right. Let's go up. And I'll make my way to that waypoint and see if maybe there's a way into the depths from the surface instead of getting there through the depths. Jimmy, what if you found out you were colorblind because chat was like, that is not the color I asked for at all? That'd be so scary. I remember during the dress, like, is it blue and black or white and gold? I had friends who were like, they all saw white and gold, and I saw blue and black, which was the color of the dress. Ellen had them on their show. It was blue and black. But I was able to, looking at it long enough, I was able to, like, see both. Same with Yanni and Laurel. Like, I was able to switch between the two. But I was on call with some friends. It was 4 of them against me, and they were all, like, forcing me to take color blindness tests and, like, kind of calling me an idiot. And, like, I was passing all the tests. Like, I was not colorblind. And I just thought it was so funny that they had all this to say, and then when it was real to actually be blue and black, suddenly the group chat is silent. Not you being on call with 4 ands. I know. God, it takes so long for your shit to come back. Beetle! I missed you. I need arrows.
Wow.
Hello. What nobody was talking about was that dress was hideous. That was not the conversation anyone was having when that dress was going around. It was so fucking ugly. Like, I would... First of all, I'd be pissed that I would... that somebody wanted to even wear it. Goodbye, Beetle. So handsome. Okay. Let me heal. Just a little bit. Actually, let me stay at the stable and get a pony point. God, I love this fucking game. This is, I do not like medieval fantasy, but there's something about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and like most Zelda games that I'm like, I could get used to this kind of life. I would love this. Yeah, not gonna lie, forget that Zelda is medieval. It's like just barely. But yeah. Like Link is literally like an elf, essentially. Like he's got elf ears. But somehow it doesn't, like I don't care. Like I don't think like, bleh, boring, nerd, nerd alert. It's because you're playing as a queer person. Yeah, and I think it's also very colorful. A lot of medieval games tend to be like gray and dark green, and they take place in like England, so it's raining all the time. Like I could not at all ever be convinced to care about Skyrim, which I was thinking about today, because every time in Bad Romance when Gaga says Morrowind, I think of Elder Scrolls Morrowind. And I'm like, I wonder if she plays that. Is that what that lyric is referencing? I've never found... Actually, no, I have found the horse god. I forgot that I did. I haven't really gotten him the food that he needs, though. It's so scary that you don't hear Zelda anymore. After you realize, like, it's not her. What did you think of Fire Emblem Three Houses World? I really liked it. I really did, actually. I tend to really... I fuck with Fire Emblem. I think because everyone's, like, relatively, like, very colorful. They have all got, like, fucking cool hair and shit like that. Hey, partner. Get a good night's sleep? Actually, hold the thought. We don't have time to squawk right now. I've got a very interesting lead about our missing princess. We could have a pretty huge story here. Sounds as if one night, a while back, and I'm not sure how far, Princess Zelda borrowed the stable's farm tools. That's a bit unusual. Why would our princess need farm tools? But this story has another odd twist. She promised to return them, and didn't. Now, this might seem trivial. She's a busy princess, after all. Still, these are strange times, so I got to thinking. Only weapons decayed during the upheaval. Maybe the princess was in desperate need of tools for... Wait, Pen, hold on. Wait, you've gotten ahead of yourself. We need to gather the facts. When, what, where, who? Let's start at the beginning. I heard that a man named Isra lent her the tools. He's right around here. Watches over the stable's raft, I heard. Let's get to work, partner. Maybe later. I do want to do more of these side adventures. He's so cool. Oh, damn. That's a lot of stuff that just fell. Let's see how far it can take me. I think I'm gonna be able to reach it, actually. I wonder what's up here. Anything? I guess I've gotten it already. It's empty. Where the fuck are you? Where did you go? Down here. Okay. Let's go to the mountain. Ooh, it's all the way up there. It's gonna be quite the hike. Okay. A bloopy. Ooh, and a Korok. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hang on. I don't remember how those work. Am I supposed to catch it? Yes. Jimmy, I am no longer going to rush / pressure you to finish this game because the fan art I want to draw is going to take forever anyway. Okay. If Game of Thrones was a cartoon, I would have cared, but I could never, no matter how hot some of those fucking characters were, which, like, I just barely cared about Jon Snow, but I just couldn't get into it. I tried, like, 3 different times to watch the first season, and I would always get to, like, the same episode and stop. And I know that there's some pretty slay women in it, but I just didn't care enough about the show as a whole to get into it. Oh, hello. Get them. Kill your friends. Woo! Castlevania on Netflix gives me what I wanted out of Game of Thrones. That's cool. Damn, got him. I have not seen the Castlevania Netflix show, but I have heard it's amazing. Some of these. All right. New cave. Always enjoy finding the caves. You use the Master Sword as a machete? Yeah. I like Castlevania because denouncing God is cathartic to me. I get that. I support that. I need to make a list of shows to watch to stop choice paralysis. I feel like it'll only amplify it, but honestly, having like our Discord where we designate like Monday nights to watch a movie and or a TV show has been so amazing because like I've really watched more movies in the last like in 2023 than I did like probably the last like 10 years. It was like I was watching a new movie every week. It's very fun. I just watched the first Alien movie for the first time. I had seen Aliens in high school. I know it's weird to have watched that before the first one, but it was part of our film class, so I had no choice. But yeah, I watched it for the first time the other day, and it was very good. I really liked it. I'm not, it's weird. I sometimes am not super into sci-fi, but I realized I'm not super into sci-fi when there's a lot of CGI. and it's like sci-fi made in like the 2010s. Like, I don't think I would like those new Star Trek movies, but I would love to watch Star Trek The Next Generation. I loved watching all the old shit, like all the old computers and stuff being seen as futuristic in Alien. What if you watch Babylon 5? I've never heard of that. I've seen a couple episodes of The Next Generation. Friends of mine that I used to hang out with were really into it, and they put it on for me, and I fell asleep after like the first 30 minutes of us watching stuff. I woke up the next morning on the couch, and they were like, "We didn't want to wake you. You looked so peaceful." And I was like, I really was. It was the best sleep of my life. Star Trek relaxed me so much. Babylon 5, like Jet the Hawk. Yeah, is Wave the Swallow there? Is she involved? No. Is like, I do not know who the fuck that is. There we go. More? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Hello. Faroche hammer. So cool. Okay. Does it keep going? Girl. That sounded like a bokoblin, that car. These men and their cars are so annoying. Car men are probably one of the worst genres of men outside of hunting men, in my opinion. On the topic of sci-fi shows, I'm reminded of how absurd it is nobody clocked my parents, and by extension me, were neurodivergent, when my dad would always tell me as a child, "I can't wait for you to watch my Battlestar Galactica box set with me when you're older." That's so funny. Yeah, my dad was just as into trains as I was. Girl. My house was made of glass. A roasted bass spear. What the fuck are these horriblins doing in this cave? What in the God's name? Okay. Black moblin horn. Pounder. Let's go. Making my way through. Alright. completely explored. Let's continue. Ooh. Have I been in here? I think I have. Okay. How did I miss this chest that was right here?
Yup.
Nice. It was crazy watching Futurama for the first time because it's the future, but the TVs and stuff are also still like normal. Yeah, I loved that. I started watching Futurama because Dallas, it's like his favorite show, I would say. One of his favorites. And so we started watching it. He started showing it to me a couple weeks ago. And I thought it was so funny. Like, really fucking funny. There was a Star Trek episode where, like, they go to a planet where the Star Trek actors are being held captive by, like, a god who makes them act out Star Trek episodes for his amusement. And I just really thought that, like, every fucking line was so funny. Because, like, we've been going in chronological order, except for when we were at a hotel on our road trip and Futurama was on, so we just watched whatever episodes were on. And it was really funny. He shocked himself, fucking idiot. But yeah, in like the first season of Futurama, like they pull out a cell phone and it's fully like a fucking Nokia. Like it's so 2000s idea of the future. Like we were watching Fifth Element like a couple years ago. Not a couple years ago, a couple months ago, me and my friends on Discord. And there's fully a part where like they pull out like a bunch of CDs. And like, yeah, as if they would be using CDs 4,000 years from now. Can I just... Yeah, okay. Korok. The 8-track driver's license. Yeah, shit like that. Like... That's so stupid. Alright, so directly below me is this treasure. And it doesn't appear there is a way into the depths from up here, like I thought there would be. So I'm sure I'm gonna have to figure it out down there, which is annoying. Because that cave that I found didn't have like a pit or anything. Sometimes they do. I'll keep looking. Yeah. Not seeing one. This is where I landed when I first started the game, I think. This area. Hi.
Yeah.
Thanks. Things were looking a little dicey, but you pulled me out of the fire.
Aw.
As a chef, there's no better way for me to thank you than with food. I hope this tickles your taste buds. Ooh, energizing, fragrant seafood stew. My name is Savory. Oh, like savory. My name is Savory, a traveling chef constantly on the lookout for the freshest ingredients the caves can offer. If you need some cooking for yourself, come down. You're welcome to use my pot. I'm not sure how else to repay you.
Ah.
Wait, maybe I do. I can share all that I've learned while going through the caves. They're full of valuable ingredients and ores. Think of them as Hyrule's natural treasure chests. Trust me, knowing your caves can be a major boon for travelers. For instance, there's an opening in the ground north of here that leads into the cave. If you break one of the ore deposits in there with a hammer, you can get ore, obviously. But more than that, there's flint for starting fires, rock salt for seasoning your cooking, and luminous stones and gems that sell for high prices.
Oh.
Bye. I love this game's font. Personally. Big fan of it. Very easy to read. Why is the kingdom crying? Are you winning? Are you winning, son? We know why the kingdom is crying. Do you? It's a spoiler, but we know. We've learned. I don't know shit about this game. Well, I will not say why the kingdom is crying in case people watching have not done that quest yet, but we know the answer. A boomerang. I never use these as actual boomerangs. Because I forget to catch them. I feel like I keep thinking it's going to be automatic. Let's see. Yeah, cool. Oh. I almost fucking annihilated this guy. I want to go again. What's up? Hey. I was just thinking it'd be nice to talk to someone. I'm glad you said something. Hey, are you visiting all the hot springs around Eldon too? Did you try the waters at Bedrock Bistro? Folks always go on and on about the famous steak they serve there, but that's just the beginning. We should all be going on and on about the great hot springs in front of that grub spot. The place is shaped like a rock roast too. Gets the old imagination running wild. You should see it for yourself. It's just up the road to the northeast from here. His tiny... How have I never noticed their fucking tiny thongs that they wear? Oh my god. How have I never noticed that? That's so funny. Hello, Hinox. This fucking thing can't catch a break. Every time. Maybe it'll be different this time. That's what it fucking feels like when I get an eyelash in my eye. Which happens to me a fucking lot, by the way. I would say that happens to me once a week. Hey Jimmy, if Futurama becomes real world, would you become one of those heads in a jar? I am that famous, so yes, people will absolutely want to preserve me. You should pluck your eyelashes, problem solved. That would look fucking crazy. That would look fucking crazy. Like that episode of SpongeBob. I think about SpongeBob making that eyelash sweater every time I look at Delphox from Pokemon. That shit looks itchy and nasty. That dress made out of hair. Disgusting. I feel like I can imagine the texture of it so clearly. Exactly. Okay. I don't know where else there could be an entrance to the depths up here. Maybe this wishing well? I feel like I've explored it before, though. What's up here? Oh, this tree. This is the shield surfing tree from the first game. I think about this location a lot. Like, I'll be watching something and there's a tree on top of a hill, and I'll be like, it's that hill from Breath of the Wild. And I think I've made that reference to Mel before, and they've known what I've talked about. Hello, fellows. Apple for you. Me, but is that hill in Windows XP? Really? So stupid. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to Gerudo Town. Let's go try to get this tower finally. That's the plan. Where's the Car Bazaar? Is it this? Yeah. Now that it's hopefully the sandstorm has ended, I'll actually want to explore this place. Because that was the reason why I haven't done this tower still. Because I did not want to deal with the sandstorm. But I believe that problem is solved now. I love this place. There's something very calming to me about the Gerudo Desert.
Hi.
I think part of it is because it was like the Gerudo chapter in Breath of the Wild was the last one that I did, and then I didn't play the game for a long time. So when I picked the game back up again like a year later, pretty much all the stuff I still had left to do was like mostly in the Gerudo area. So I just kind of like walked throughout the entire desert and stuff. And I just thought it was like so relaxing and peaceful. Speaking of, this emote is funny to me. Do. That is the emote code. Do. It's a global emote. There's so many global emotes that I'm like, I'm sorry. Literally, what the fuck is the point of this? When we were driving through New Mexico and Arizona, there were so many signs on the highway that detailed what to do if a sandstorm starts. And it was very scary. They were like, they're very common, so you need to pay attention to these. I was kind of gooped. We did not end up running into one, but the signs really made me feel like we were. Some of the global emotes have zero meaning because it's been so long since the original meme. Do straight people still use Kappa? I think I have Kappa banned in my chat, but even then I don't feel like when I watch like GDQ and stuff, or any global stream where a lot of straight people are gonna be there, I don't think I see the Kappa emote anymore. I see lol a lot, which I don't know if I have that banned. Not because of the person in it, rest in peace, but the vibe of the people that use it get on my nerves. Like, if somebody comes to my stream and they're posting lol, I'm like, I don't know if they're the right fit for this channel. I'm not straight, but I use it. Just not here because I know you don't like global emotes. Damn. I'm a huge bitch, aren't I? I really am a fucking asshole, I guess. Who hates everything. Just a little one. Just a wee bit. Gerudo items are so fierce. Because they don't last very long, but if you attach something to it, the power level is absolutely bonkers. Look at that. Level 80 spear. I could probably use this like 5 times. But it's strong as hell. Where's that gay guy? That used to be at the top of this. Is he in this game? Honestly, they're more non-binary than a gay person. Are they in this game? I have not run into them yet. That's what I say when I'm waiting for you to start streaming. Where's this gay guy? I don't think he's in the game. He is just elsewhere. Interesting. That's my next quest. Pretty sure they are not. See, that's the kind of shit that Nintendo randomly does that I'm like, are you homophobic? Like, giving Sidon a wife. Clarifying Shiver's pronouns. Removing the gay guy from Breath of the Wild. I'm like, that does not sit right with me. I don't like the energy of that. Alright, where the fuck is this tower? There's a shrine out there. I really have not explored this place very much. Hi, Ruby! Oh my gosh, Ruby! Look at who it is, guys! Hi, Rube! Hi, baby! Hi! Hello! You're so little! You really are so little. Like, you seem big, but you're actually very little. You're baby. You're a little baby, Ruby. You're a baby. You're a baby. You're a baby. Oh, you're a baby. Oh, you're a baby. Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby girl. Oh, you're my baby girl. I love you. I love you so much, Ruby. Thank you. She really, like, she looks big on camera, but if you see her in person, she's really fucking little, actually. She's not a big dog. She's definitely a medium-sized dog. She's not tiny. She's like a little bit taller than a beagle because she's got like some lab and stuff in her, but she is little. She's a little dog. Hi. I love watching her, like, you can see when she's like processing information and like figuring something out. Like I can see the cogs in her brain working sometimes to figure something out. I love you so much. I really love you dearly. You are my whole world. Villia is just one of 3 Breath of the Wild characters who do not return in Tears of the Kingdom. That feels deliberate to me, personally. 'Cause, like, literally, what is fucking, like, hurting them? Who's the third? Because the other is Cass. Really? I guess I didn't notice that Cass isn't in this. How weird. I think there will be a DLC for this game. I do. I know Aonuma said no, but Nintendo fucking lies all the time. Like, they'll announce it when they're ready. Hi, David. Your baby was born today in Tomodachi. Her name is Madeline. And she literally took not a single trait from your me. And is literally a mini Mel. I'm sure someone clipped it. And then me and Lauren had our baby as well. And her name is Aaliyah. They came up with it themselves. I missed our baby. Maybe don't be fake and leave the stream. Because I was helping my friend with genetics homework. I wouldn't have admitted that. That's some nerd shit. Did I get the snow boots or the sand boots? I got the sands. Oh, fuck yeah. You are such a jock. The snoots. Like we aren't doing Punnett squares here on stream. I think Punnett squares are crazy. Because, like, can you really believe that there's only 4 combinations for how a baby can look? Like, that just feels nuts to me. So, like, if you had 5, they'll look really similar. Let's use a Gibdo bone. You licked me. I'm gonna throw a stick at it. This will never not be entertaining to me. I used to never throw my weapons, And then Mel told me, do it. It's funny. And then now I do it all the time. Because it is. See, my faith in Punnett squares are shaken because both my brother and his wife have hazel eyes, but they have a baby with super dark brown eyes. And I thought that shit was dominant and therefore must come from a parent with also brown eyes. So that's what we call a recessive gene, which is like a 25% chance if both parents are carrying the recessive gene. Reese's! Thanks! Come here!
What?
Come here! Are you okay? You sad? Hold on. Okay. Yum. Candy. I love candy. Okay. Ooh. Thank you. You're so relatable. I love candy too. That's why I have a career. I didn't get this career by being smart. I got it by being relatable to the masses. You know, all this talk about wanting to kill myself and, and hating being alive and loving candy. Okay, little object. It's Seal, who's very blue. This figure is very blue. It's an old Seal from the 90s. But, yeah, Seal is white, but he's blue in this figure. Since this is my love in life, I looked it up. There are 16 genes that code for eye color. I forgot to take the wrapper off. I was like, why does this taste disgusting? There are 16 genes that code for eye color. 2 blue-eyed parents can in fact have a brown-eyed baby. That is crazy. 'Cause I feel like people with blue eyes, they're the type to care that their kid has blue eyes too. In my opinion. Like, that just feels like something they would care about, you know? So that must fucking be really annoying. Do you take damage if you climb a cactus? Nope. Huh. Huh. Where could this tower be? How much you want to bet it's in the actual Gerudo town underground? And I just didn't know. In 7th grade, I knew a girl with deep blue sapphire eyes. And I've literally never seen eyes like that again. I did not know purple eyes were possible. Yeah, purple eyes are possible. They're very rare. That's another eye color that I'm like... And I feel rightfully so. If you had purple eyes, you could easily make that your entire personality. Being tall, boo, boring, snore. Get something else. Having purple eyes, you better work. Yeah. Alexandria's Genesis. And Samantha's Dreamcast. Oh! I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I say that all the time. I'm hungry. Misty. Now I want to watch that video again. Now I just want to pull up that old video. I'm hungry. Okay. God knew I would be unstoppable with big, beautiful brown eyes. That's why he had to nerf me. I feel I've used like blue eye filters on TikTok or like edited it in Photoshop, and I think I'm glad with my eye color. I don't know if I feel like I would like life more if I had blue eyes. My dad and sister have blue eyes, but my mom I think had brown eyes. Or maybe my dad has brown eyes and my mom has blue eyes. I don't fucking remember. Alan! Thank you so much for the 92-month resub. Thank you. Oh, they've restored the town. Wow, I haven't been here since they've done this. Do I have the lady outfit? I don't. I wonder if they'll kick me out. Come on through. They won't. Wow. They like me. You have nice eyes in a weird way. Watch it. Punk. You have nice eyes, Jimmy. Hiding my melon baller behind my back. Anyone else have things to say? They look very brown today. But sometimes they're a little bit more on the hazel side. They're definitely light brown. I do not feel like my eyes are hazel, but I have been told they are hazel. Okay, face card. Hello, Brian. And they say girls with brown eyes can't wear jeans. Some of you just say fucking nonsense in my chat every single day. You have nice eyes, Jimmy. Side order releases February 22nd. Yes, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so fucking ready for that. I can't wait for lesbians to be real. I know. What is it? Ça va. To learn more about the heroines, I need to find 4 more Stella. I'm sure all of the Stella are in the shelter somewhere, but no matter where I look, I can't find them. Well, there was one at the Karkara Bazaar. So I should go back there and take a picture of it for her. Since there's probably 3 in here, and then the last one is there. It's so cool. I love this base camp underground. I feel so, like, cozy in here. I want to fucking live here. Mommy! Do you want to see the secret map too? Shows the store where Mommy works. Mommy's job's a secret. That's why this is a secret map. There's a fruit store, jewel store. What is this moon part again? Jimmy, if you suddenly got turned into if you suddenly got turned into a ghoul and could only watch black coffee and Hannibal's offered you eyes as a snack, would you eat them? This feels like somebody's telling me a dream they had. Yeah. Jimmy would eat eyeballs. Confirmed. Hey. Link, I'm glad to see you here. Are you finding my new power as a sage helpful? I haven't found any clues about the 5th sage yet, but I'm not about to give up. What? You found the 5th sage? Interesting. So she's an ancient Zonai named Mineru. And even though she's lost her original body, she's pledged to fight alongside us as the Sage of Spirit. I don't know if you'll find this information helpful, but after I became a sage and returned to town, I discovered an interesting ancient reference. Seek out the swordsman upon the sand and look to where she points. There is treasure waiting underground. That was written in an old document I discovered. I doubt it holds any connection to Zelda, but it might be a clue to something. The swordsman upon the sand, treasure underground. It could be worth looking into. Fierce. I want to do it. 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 So I just got to find one of those swordsman statues. Or I guess swords lady. ring ruin. Go up higher. Ooh. A freaking plum tree. All the way up here. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a dragon. Okay, does it not look like a Christmas angel? From this angle, it literally looks like a lady in a big white dress with long brown hair. And her arms out like this. Do you see what I mean at all? Yeah, and she's turned to the side. Hello, Mando. Can you say it again? It looks like a lady. It looks like a lady. Can you draw? I could, but I don't really want to. But like, doesn't it look like a Christmas tree topping angel with her arms out like this and she's like this? Like the nose part is like her hair. This is fucking crazy. This is such a weird optical illusion. Like, I can't see it as a dragon. Yeah, and a giant stake in her back. Wait, I see it. Yeah, right? Doesn't it look like that? That's so fucking weird. Yeah, a really long, like, fluffy white dress. I thought that was a cat!
What? What did you just say?
The door squeaking sounded like a cat going...
You thought it was a cat? What the fuck are you talking about?
I somehow thought a cat got in through the patio door.
You need help.
And I was like, a cat!
I can't do it on my own. You need real help. Oh my lord.
That really scared the shit out of me. Thank you. Thank you.
What is that?
What is what?
Ketchup or...
Yeah.
Did you need it? Is this new?
It's from today.
Okay. Were you done with it? Okay.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Dallas is so me cleaning up after my GF's garbage all the time. I relate. He came into me today. I called him the C word. I was so annoyed. And I'm not talking about cool, by the way. I had prescription bottles that were empty, and I left them on the bathroom sink in our bedroom bathroom. And he came in, and he was just like, "Are you done with these?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, I thought you just might want to use them for a project or something." And I was just like, "What? Like what?" And he was like, like genuinely like, oh, what? Like, what does he think I'm gonna use them for? He's like, yeah, you could put them on your orange cubicle on your shelf. And then I realized, oh, he's making fun of me. And then I got mad. I got really mad, and I told him to fuck off. Anyway, I am very messy. I'm not like crazy bad, but I forget about things a lot. I forget to like put stuff away. Like, I will get to a point where I'm like, my desk is too messy, and I'll come in with a trash bag and I'll just take everything that's garbage and put it in there. But it takes me like a week. I do that like maybe once a week. But yeah, I'm very, like, I'll make a can of soup and I'll throw out the lid, but I will forget to throw out the can. And then the can will be in the kitchen. Because I put the bowl in the microwave. I step away for a second to do something. Go back when the microwave is done. I take the bowl out and then I walk into my office. I do have OCD, yeah. But my OCD manifests more as like unwanted thoughts and circular thinking. I'm not really the type of OCD where like I like need things done a certain way, or like I don't like my hands being dirty. I mean, I don't want them to be dirty, but just my OCD manifests differently. I wouldn't say it's like the stereotypical way. A lot of my shit is mental. But yeah, I do have OCD. But it's been okay. Sometimes my OCD used to manifest as like when I had a lot of anxiety and like depression and self-hate about like my appearance. My OCD manifested as like checking the mirror every 15 minutes to like remind myself of like to hyperfixate on things I don't like, you know, or like I would go into the bathroom and like I cut my hair like once every 4 to 5 days. Although I think it's been like a week since the last time I cut it. I've kind of been a little lazy lately. But it would be like I would bring scissors in my backpack if I went to hang out with friends, because if my hair was not looking the way I wanted it while I was out, I wanted to be able to give myself a haircut in the bathroom of the restaurant, so that way I could move on with my life. Like it used to be very, very bad.
You still struggle with that a little bit.
What do you mean?
That sort of thing.
I don't bring scissors like when we go to your parents' house.
Remember you needed to shave, so you got
oh yeah
razors.
Yeah, we were going to pick up Dallas's new car over the summer, and then we were gonna hang out with his parents afterwards, and I hadn't shaved that day. Like I hadn't shaved in like 3 days, and my facial hair is pretty patchy and asymmetrical, so I just felt like a slob. And I really needed to shave so badly in order to like feel comfortable at the function that I stopped at a Wawa and I bought like the shittiest Bic razor, shaved without shaving cream, I think, in the bathroom, and then I cut my whole neck was bleeding for like 20 minutes. Cause I literally was like, I have to do this. Like I literally, like I don't even want to go if I can't shave. So like sometimes it comes back like that. It didn't hurt. It didn't, like, I didn't, like, cut myself. It was, like, I guess, like, razor burn. Like, if, like, you know, I just shaved without...
Sometimes when you shave your face, it'll...
Yeah, like, the pores will just, like be red dots.
And you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And it just starts bleeding. It's like a shallow cut. It's not... It doesn't really hurt. It's just annoying.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Because it has a hard time like clotting too. So you kind of that's why in like shows and cartoons and stuff you'll see like men who cut themselves shaving with like little pieces of tissue on it because it doesn't stop bleeding.
Yeah. I met a lot of people with OCD who are kind of messy because they're forgetful. Yeah, I think it's partially that, but partially my ADHD that I don't take anything for. I've tried non-stimulants, but none of them have really worked for me, and I haven't really wanted to go down the stimulant option, like Adderall and stuff. First of all, I think there's like an Adderall shortage. At least there was like a year ago. But I also need my therapist was like, I can only prescribe you non-stimulant stuff. So like, you need to see a primary care doctor for stimulant stuff. And I just haven't. I did not feel like getting one in Florida because I knew I would be not staying there 7 months afterwards. So maybe now that I live in California, I'll think about it. Yeah, I need to. We have until the 31st, but I would like. I was on track getting it set up, and then I wanted to call my dad and ask him some questions about what I should get, and then I just haven't done that because I've had other things on my mind. I need to get back to. I need to hang up my dry erase boards with all my calendar stuff and have that in front of me so I'm not as forgetful. Because that definitely helps when I have stuff written down, like deadlines and stuff.
You should use your phone reminder thing too. They pop up on
yeah.
on your lock screen.
Yeah. But I know myself in that I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And I'll like hide it so it goes away. And then like I'll, go pee or something and then I'll forget about it.
You can't hide it, you have to mark it as done.
Oh. I'm on Vyvanse, and I just got a generic version, which means it's slightly cheaper. It's a stimulant, but it's way less potent than Adderall. I got really bad withdrawals from Adderall. I'd probably be more interested in trying something like that than Adderall. Caffeine does help. Not as much as I'm sure a actual prescription medication would, but, like, I do feel that I can think clearer after I've had a coffee. Like, I don't necessarily even need it to, like, have energy. It's more so just to kind of give myself the clearness of thought. But I haven't actually been having too much caffeine. Like, I'll have a Coke or, like, an iced tea before my stream,
You think your
which I don't think has as much caffeine.
Thinks of it like, oh, the day started because I had my
Coffee.
So
Yeah, probably.
Now I can start knocking things out.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure it's all connected. I would be willing to bet money on that, yeah.
How much?
$5. I got put on Wellbutrin to treat my symptoms since I don't have ADHD diagnosis. So I got put on Wellbutrin when I was having a lot of problems with Zoloft, making me feel numb. I believe that was what it was, and it didn't really do anything for me. And I was like, well, I would like to be taking one less medication if it's really not doing anything for me. So I stopped taking it. And there was something else that I tried too. I don't remember. But yeah. I don't take Zoloft anymore. It was great for me. I really, Zoloft saved my life. But, Lexapro, a combination of Lexapro and, mirtazapine, works pretty much the same as Zoloft with, like, less of the numbing side effects. Yes. I'm only doing exposure response and prevention therapy, but kind of interested in medication, just nervous about it. I think any therapist I think everyone should at least try cognitive behavioral therapy before trying medication, because you'd be surprised at how much you can get done without medication. But as someone who that was not enough for, Um, like I did like 2 months of therapy without any medication, and I was not able to put into action a lot of the CBT stuff without the medication correcting my imbalances. And then after that, I was able to really put my therapy into work, and it helped me a lot. So I'm not one to say medications, you like just drink water, like, but I do think it's important to at least try for like a month, just to know, because you'd be surprised at how much like if I didn't have to take medication, I would not be on it, personally. But I do. Like, I've tried going off it before, multiple times, and I just am miserable. Like, I just think, unfortunately, my brain is just, I don't know if it's, like, genetic or my upbringing that just fucked with my brain too much, but I just do not have the proper balance of stuff you need to not have insane anxiety and really debilitating depression and stuff, so but yeah. Steering stick? Yes, cool. I don't have a lot of zonite, which is why I built this from scratch instead of auto building. Alright, let's go, little buddy. Hello, Neurotitties. Oh, this wheel was attached to another wheel. I was like, why does it not work? Ugh. Stop. There we go. I love when she fucking makes those weird ass noises. I finally stopped Zoloft back in October. It's insane how the feelings come back. I was like, God, I'm getting so mad all the time now. Like, no, I was actually feeling mad instead of thinking this makes me mad. Like having been off Zoloft, your feeling mad came back, or you're saying like Zoloft was making you mad? Oh. Like, you just had a feeling of being upset all the time? Just, like, feelings, period. I wasn't used to feeling things. Oh, yeah. I went off my medication, like, 2 years ago, Zoloft. And I was on Zoloft when my dog died, and I cried like crazy. I, like, didn't... I held it together until, like, when she got put down and they carried her out of the room, and then I broke down crying, because I was like... Someone needs to not, like, between me, my dad, and my sister, one of us needs to not be crying in order to talk to the doctor. So I wasn't crying. Ruby, please don't chew my hamper. I just bought that. Was? My dad was crying, yeah. Aww. Yeah. And then after she got taken out of the room and the nurse left, the three of us hugged and we started all crying together. And then I was fine for the next week until we got her ashes, and then I cried again. And then I didn't cry for like 3 years. Until I stopped taking my medication, and I cried when my dad's dad died, not because I was sad that he died, but I just felt bad for my dad. And then that same, like, weekend, like, we were watching Drag Race, and I cried at, like, something Willow Pill was saying, and then I went back on my medication.
When she laid in that bath with that.
Yeah, it was the bathtub. But yeah, I really haven't cried in a long time. I get very overwhelmed though. Like, I definitely feel the sadness, but I just don't have the act of crying, because of medication. But I still do feel sad. I'll just feel like almost like a rushing feeling, like blood rushing to the front of my face, but I don't cry. Ruby.
Excuse me. Lay down.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I cried because the release is really wonderful, but I just don't. I just get really like I just get more anxiety than anything. Like there have been situations where you would imagine someone would cry, but instead I just get like anxious diarrhea in the bathroom. And that's my response to horrible things. It's so annoying. What?
Last night. Look, it stinks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dallas was in the bathroom and I was like, "Are you pooping?"
No. You just said, "Oh, that stinks," and I was like, "I'm peeing," and he goes, "Oh well, it might be my fart then."
I did do that. I did say that and did fart.
It's funny.
Well, he was sitting while he peed, so I just assumed he was pooping. But he actually is quite a frequent pee sitter. I stand when I pee a lot just because I'm like, I need to be in and out. Like, I can't do all that.
Unless I'm in public.
I barely even want to be peeing.
I don't stand to pee. I don't feel the need to. I like to sit. I scroll on my phone. And I draw shapes with my toes. I'm just kidding.
What if I said I stand? I'd have a lot of questions.
You need hearts, buddy.
Yeah. I should do some cooking. I got food. Let me go back to the bazaar and take a picture of that orb for that lady. And then we'll regroup and I'll find that swordman statue. My therapist's theory is that anxiety stems from not wanting to feel something for whatever subconscious reason, so that makes sense to me. I completely get that. I've never thought of it that way, but I think that's my thing too. Like just the other day when I was high, and I was like too high because I had way too much fucking milligrams. My anxiety was mostly, I'm afraid of getting more anxious. And then I would get more anxious.
You also kept saying you were worried that I was getting anxious.
Yeah, I was getting anxious too, that I was freaking him out because I've seen him get really anxious before about stuff and it makes me feel bad, not because I don't know, just like I'm like sad. I don't like seeing him that way. So I was just getting myself anxious that like, damn, I'm upsetting him now.
Which you weren't.
Yeah, I was not. But I was getting anxious, like, well, great, I'm a fucking wreck, and now I'm, like, upsetting him, which is, like, I just didn't want, like, us to get into a fight or something. I just, like, really, every possible anxiety was happening. I know that exact cycle, except it happens to me sober. I have, like, a couple times a year where that will happen to me sober, but thankfully I've got a pretty decent enough grip on it now that it doesn't happen as frequently, but there are some times that I will get like that when I'm sober. I'll be like, oh my god. Like, I'll think of like, I don't know, something mean I said to somebody in 4th grade, and I'm like, I'll feel guilt. I feel guilt very strongly. So I'll, like, spend the rest of the night, like, silently stewing in my own guilt about, like, not being very nice to this person in my 3rd grade class. And, like, someday they're gonna, like, confront me about it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do in that situation. When in actuality, I know for a fact they wouldn't care, because then I went to high school with them and we were friendly. So, like, I don't, like, it's not like this, like, that's where we left off, you know? Like, but I just feel that guilt. And then I'll like tell Dallas about it, and he'll be like, "Really?" I was also having some weird anxieties when I was high that I was like forgetting that Ruby was my dog, and I was looking at her and I was just like, why don't I feel those, like I was feeling like I wasn't human because I was just like, why do I not feel like when I look at Ruby right now, I'm like, it just dopamine rush because I'm just like, I love my little dog. She's so cute. I love her so much. But when I was high, I was so high that I was looking at her and I was like not having that response, which then was making me feel really afraid because I was just like, I'm so high that I basically like, I did not feel like I was even myself. Like I felt like I was like a completely impartial viewer of my own life, and it was very confusing. It was not a fun experience. So that was very scary. It was not good. But I've gotten high since then the last couple days, and it was fine both times. So like it was really just I took too much, and I sent myself down a bad pathway that I was too high to get out of. But my OCD definitely, like, I don't really feel comfortable sharing some of the things that my OCD makes me anxious about personally. Cause first of all, they're not even that serious, but it's just like, I don't want to entertain that thought cycle because so many of them currently are not happening in my brain, so I'd like to not reactivate them. But like, it really will be like, I'll think of a thought, and for most people that's a very passing thought for them, and it could not even be like a bad thought. Like it could literally be like a song or like a memory that's completely neutral, but I like can't stop thinking it, and I'll like think about it like multiple times a day, and then I get like frustrated that I'm like, why do I keep fucking thinking about like this one day in art class where we painted soup cans? Like a completely neutral memory for me, but like I literally, like, that's not actually one, that's just one that I came up with, but like it'll be of that level of like nonsense, like uninterestingness, but like I literally, like, it'll be like a week straight where every day I've thought of that day of my life like 5 times, and it's so fucking excruciatingly annoying. One of my anxieties was that I can talk about because like I haven't had it in a while, and I know that it's irrational, so it's fine. Yeah, you start questioning your saneness. It's so fucking horrible. But my anxiety for a while was like me being on stream and like saying something that someone could splice up into a slur and then getting canceled before I have time to prove that it is highly edited, which is like anxiety, and that like I just couldn't. The OCD kept making me think of this like really unlikely and like, yeah, very, I think Coolsville sucks. Like my OCD kept making me think of that thought, and it's an inherently like kind of scary thing to think about. Like it's scary to like be public enemy #1 on Twitter for over a misunderstanding too. So like then my anxiety would kick in of like, this would ruin my life. Here's all the ways it would ruin my life. And like it just was horrible. And then it would be like my anxiety thinking of like, it would be like, you're streaming right now, just remember, don't say any of these slur words. And I'm like, and I'm having that conversation with my literal inner dialogue that's like, I don't. Like, that's literally never been a problem for me. And my brain will be like, yeah, I know, but like, just don't though. And it's like so annoying. And then it was literally like for like a week or two, like every stream was just like, just by the way, don't say these. Like, don't say these. And I'm like, that is so against my belief system. Like, I would never say that. I would never feel those things. And my brain's like, yeah, I know, but like, just remember, don't. And it's like, grr, it's so fucking annoying. And thankfully, like, that does come back sometimes. And it's happened enough times now that I've, like, kind of been able to, like, talk myself out of it. But, yeah, it can be really annoying. I think it's called... I remember Maria Bamford talking about it. She's probably one of my favorite comedians ever. And she talks about unwanted thought syndrome. Where it's very much just like you're holding a baby, and your brain is like, don't shake the baby violently. And I'm like, I would never do that. And your brain is like, yeah, I know, but just don't, though. And then you start going down the rabbit hole, which is not true, of like, why am I even thinking about this? Am I a bad person for this thought even coming to my brain? The answer is no. But like then just getting fixated on it. So like I don't know. It's really such a horrible thought spiral to go down, and it really fucking fucks with me. I hate it, and I think like if I could get rid of any of my mental illnesses or like isms, weird things about me, it would be that. I would love to go the rest of my life without ever having this fucking thought cycle, because it really is like, it really is constant, but the severity of the thought and like strangeness and absurdity of it really changes. Like sometimes it's something funny. Like a couple years, like most of the time it's very much like viral TikTok sounds. Like I very much remember like I could not stop saying Da Vinci for a while. And like I would be thinking, say it. Da Vinci. Like it's like so stupid. Like that's just the first one I could think of. But then sometimes it's like it can be very troubling. It's so fucking annoying. Dubious Nebula, thank you so much for the 3-stream streak. Not me being evil Shadow Skull. It's like ego dystonic. Completely opposite of who you are, but that makes you ruminate on it even more so. Like, so annoying. Yeah. And then something that I very much struggle with, and I've been really trying to... Something that I've been really trying to lean into more as like a belief system for life is really like embracing the absurdity of life, because it's tough because like sometimes I feel like, wow, the universe like really points me in the direction of like where to go in life, but then that also fucks with my head a lot, because my brain will then start like looking for signs of like things in my life. Like, I don't know, like it'll be like, this is actually a sign that you should quit your job and go into like study to be a chef. Like it just like stuff like that that's like, no it's not. Like and then like that fucks with me, that it's like, do I not know who I am? Do I not know what I want in life? And like it really fucks with my brain. So I've been trying to more so be like, that's cute, but like that's not how life works. Like it really is just like an obscure, like an absurd sequence of events that sometimes will lead to something that feels like, wow, this happened exactly the way I was hoping it would. But then there's millions of other times where like things just happen, and like that, I don't know. Like one of my anxieties revolves around like illness, because my mom died when I was really young from illness. So like I will see signs in the world, like I'll see like a billboard for cancer, and I'll be like it just means that I'm gonna, like, that's gonna happen, like to somebody I know about. I see like I think that reality is like written already. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. But, like, my OCD will, like, fixate. I'm like, ooh, you saw a billboard today for, like, the End Cancer Society or whatever. That was a sign that you should go to the doctor right now. Like, or something. Like, you know what? Like, stuff like that. And it's so fucking annoying. Because then I'll spend, like, 2 weeks thinking of, like, someone I know is sick and they don't know it. I'm sick and I don't know it. I'm gonna die, blah, 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 blah. Like, it sucks. It's so fucking annoying. And then I'll have weeks where it's like, I really keep thinking about, like, this day when I flew to California and I did these cool things with my friends. And, like, that was a really fun day. And it's really nice to look back on it 5 times a day for a week straight for some reason. It's so weird. It's attaching associations based on your fears, and it gets you to ruminate. Exactly. It's so fucking annoying. I was kind of getting that way quite a bit when Dallas was out of town, because I didn't really have anybody to, like, talk to in person and, like, kind of get myself out of my own head. Oh, no.
What happened to Ruby?
She don't talk back except for,
I tell her everything anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I will just sit there and talk to her.
But, I was really, when Dallas came home from his trip, I'm like, damn, you know, the first day of, like, some alone time from each other is kind of nice. But after, like, the second day is done, by the night of the second day he's out of town, I'm like, I really miss him. Like, I'm like, I could never live on my own. I would need a roommate in some way if, like, we were not together. Like, I can't. Like, I would need to move it back in with my family. Like, I couldn't live on my own. I literally would, like, break down and, like, spiral into chaos. It's why I was, like, on Discord, like, anyone want to watch a movie? Like, every night. Anyone want to play Fortnite?
As if that's not him every night.
I know, but, like, especially when he was out of town, like, I was really, like, I'll stay up till 5 in the morning playing Fortnite, just so I'm not alone with my thoughts for too long.
I stay on my feet with socks.
Yeah. I like my slides are pretty good. I'm able to wear them without socks, thankfully. But other ones that I've had before, I've needed socks to give a better grip. It's so annoying because you know it's irrational or stupid, but your brain still hyperfixates. Yeah, especially now that I've really been conscious of it and able to, like... I can really, like, look back. I'm like, oh, here's this anxiety spiral that you've had, you know, you had 2 years ago. Sometimes it'll be like, I haven't had the same thought for a couple years. And then it'll come back, and I'm like, no. And then and I'll be able to, like, stop the loop. But then other times, it'll be like, wow, like, it usually goes for about, like, 2 weeks tops. And then I'm like, I either move on, my brain moves on to something else, or I just, like, stop remembering it. Because I've got other things going on. And, like, I'll remember, I'll be like, wow, I remember when this was keeping me in a thought loop for, like, 2 months. I really shouldn't be letting it get me into a thought loop again right now, but it is.
I had to come back in here because she's crying and slapping me if I'm not alone in the same room.
Well, then I'll just end, because I've been streaming for, like, 4 hours. I literally did nothing in this game, and then I'm like, I'm done. I literally walked around and did nothing in this game, which is fine. I know, yeah. I like streams like this where I just, like, talk. I know, I gotta make food.
Do that. Make that your last thing. Roll them up for next time.
Okay, yeah, I will do that. Bye. It's also crazy because as a kid, I used my rumination to solve creative problems, but then suddenly, November last year, an intrusive junk thought comes in and use the rumination to question it unproductively. Yeah, it really is crazy how, like, your mental illnesses make you really creative and interesting until one day it's like, oh, it's too much to manage anymore. Like, I definitely think when I was a teenager, like, I had enough going on in my life that, like, my depression was mostly just, like, it made me a little bit, like, I had a dark sense of humor, and like it was just kind of funny for like a teenager to be saying like such depressing things. So I kind of was like, oh, it's just, whatever. And then like I graduated from high school and I didn't go to college, so I was home alone all day. Like after summer ended and my sister started going back to school and my dad was at work all day from like 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, I would be alone all day. And then it just got bad and got worse and worse until it was too much to handle and I had to start taking medicine. And it went from like, wow, this is really like, yeah, I'm just like, it makes me a little quirky and gives me a perspective to like, this really is so, I cannot live a life anymore. It sucks. Anyway. Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow, I'll play some more Tomodachi, and then maybe I'll play some more Zelda, because I really do want to, like, make some more progress in the game, and I kind of just didn't really... I never got the ball rolling today with anything in the game. I did not expect to have babies today in Tomodachi. I really thought I would play for, like, an hour and then be done, but then I had the babies, so I played for a little longer. So yeah, tomorrow, Tomodachi... And then I'll probably, after like my Mii's stop giving me things to do, as that tends to happen around the 2.5 hour mark, I'll probably play a little more Zelda. Great combo. As much as
Guys, get the Fall Guys booted back up. We're gonna do a lobby soon.
Yeah, honestly, you should reinstall Fall Guys. I could see myself being like, fuck it, everyone play Fall Guys with me, and we just do a couple rounds. It's free to play. So maybe keep that installed on your Switch if you uninstalled it or something. Or like on your computer. I'm going to rate Folly Knight. I love them. They're amazing. Looks like they're 3D modeling right now. Which is so cool. So thank you for watching. I know I didn't get a lot done in Zelda, but I fucking love streams where I'm just talking. That really is like my calling in life, is to talk to people and have conversations, I feel. So, even though I was not very productive in the actual game, I really enjoyed our conversation the last hour. So, thank you. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow. And then I'll probably be off for most of the weekend. Maybe, I think we're going to do Lethal Company maybe on Sunday. With like maybe 6 of us. We'll try to do a slightly expanded roster. But I'll let you know. If I do stream on Saturday, it will probably be like early and I'll draw for a little bit. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Bye, everyone.